going to be talking about linear functions. And what a linear function is, it's a function, meaning for each input there's exactly one output, but when I graph the function or the equation, it's going to give a line. The two variables that we graph would be the x. X is your independent variable. That means it can be anything I want it to be. Whereas the dependent variable is y. And y is dependent because it depends on x. It depends on what I do to x. That will give me y. So in the equation, y equals 3x plus 2, I'm going to be taking x times 3 and adding 2. That's going to give me y. X can be anything. It could be a 0, a 1, a 2. It could be a -3, a -4, a -5. No matter what I put in for x, though, it will determine what y will be. X is independent. It can be anything. Y is dependent. It just depends on what I put in for x to give me y. Okay, here I have a function table. And this is a linear function, meaning when I graph it, I'll get that line that I was talking about. Just a reminder, when we do a function table, we're creating ordered pairs. That means that we're creating an x and a y in parentheses separated by a comma that can be graphed. Remember, x is first, it goes right or left. Y is second, it goes up or down. So let's go ahead and create some ordered pairs. I have the function table. My x values will be a -1, a 0, a 1, and a 2. Remember, they can be anything because they are independent, but y has to be whatever x tells it to be. So here I have the equation y equals 2. I'm replacing the x with a -1, and then I'll be subtracting 6. So 2 times a -1 is a -2. -2 minus 6 is a -8. My first ordered pair is going to be a -1 and -8. Okay, I'll put in a 0 this time. Y equals 2 times 0 minus 6. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 6 is a -6. My next ordered pair will be 0 and -6. Putting in a 1 for x. 2 times 1 is 2 minus 6 is a -4. That's going to give me an ordered pair of 1 and -4. And then finally, y equals 2 times 2, which is 4, minus 6, which is a -2. My ordered pair is 2 and -2. Let's graph these points. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and graph these ordered pairs that we got from that table of values. And remember, x, then y. X says go left or right. Y says go up or down. Well, my first ordered pair is a -1, -8. The -1 says start at the origin and go left 1 because it's negative, and then down 8 because it's also negative. So my first point is going to be about right here. Okay, going back to the origin, we're going to do 0 and -6. 0 says stay right there. The -6 says go down a -6. Okay, the next ordered pair is 1 and -4. Back to the origin. It's a positive 1, so I'm going to go right 1 and down 4 because it's a -4. And then my final ordered pair is 2 and -2. Back to the origin. It's a positive 2, so right 2 and down 2 because it's a -2. You'll notice that if I did a good job of drawing my graph, my line is a straight line. Remember, this was a linear equation. It's linear because when I graph it, I get a straight line.